If from the get-go you'd like to start in a different position, you could start on your belly and just connect to your heart. But on your back, have your props handy, couple blocks. Here we go. And just begin to feel into your practice. So letting go of any to-do lists, anything that is calling you to maybe not be present. Let that go. See if you can find some real settledness here, some real stillness. And then let's bring the soles of the feet to the floor in the position of comfort, just as we often do. And just we'll do a few rolling bridges. So pressing into your feet, lifting your hips, letting your arms sweep behind. And then leave your arms where they are and roll down one vertebra at a time. All the way down to the floor. Then you can bring your arms alongside your body again. And as we go through these, we'll do somewhere in the range of 6 of these. Is there anything you could change? Maybe you slow down the whole process. Maybe you open your eyes. I don't know if you keep, I like to have my eyes closed a lot because it helps me get a more internal sense of what I'm doing, kind of seeing my spine unfurling. Let's see if you can change one thing. All right. So the changes don't have to be big, right? We don't have to have, the big ones tend to really, upset us. Our boat gets a little shaky. But we can work with the little changes. The next time you come down to the floor, stop there and then take your feet as wide as the edge of your mat. Small change. Bring your arms alongside your body. Inhale, take a tiny pelvic tilt, anterior pelvic tilt, so pubic bone away from navel, and then press into your feet and lift. Lift and hold in this bridge with the feet wider than normal. And then slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. All the way down to the floor. Okay, and take a couple of these with the feet wide, couple of bridge movements with the feet wide. One of the things I think that can happen for us is, especially in our maybe our yoga practice, is maybe this feels better to you than having the feet in closer, the traditional way we've kind of practiced this. Okay, and next time you come down to the floor, bring your feet all the way together. Try the same thing. Try pressing up, and then just notice what part of the body has to work a little differently. Now, if it's super uncomfortable, take the feet a little bit further apart, but maybe not as wide as you normally do. Okay, next time you come down to the ground, just take your feet out to the edges of your mat again, and then just get a little rocking back and forth with the knees to just settle any discomfort in your low back. Okay. And then now we'll come back to the feet about hip distance apart, but move your feet closer to the short end of your mat. Move your feet away a little bit. Inhale to find a little bit of tilt in your pelvis and then press and lift. What's different here? You can hold this. You can slowly lower. All right, let's do one more. So press and lift. Unless there's pain, if there's pain, then you want to go back to the first, the more traditional bridge pose. Good. And then once you come down to the floor this time, stretch your legs long. Take your feet as wide as the corners of your mat, and then just let your feet move back and forth, windshield wipers. So we're always in our practices, the asana practice, the sitting, the pausing. Hopefully, we're always becoming more aware of places that have gone to sleep or are not as flexible, body, mind, soul, spirit, whatever. And that begins the journey of embracing changes as having this awareness, right? Okay. And then from here, a big X with your body and just press through one heel and then press through the opposite heel. And see if you can be aware of this movement all the way through your body. So it's likely that you're going to feel as you press through one heel, you're going to feel the opposite arm sort of moving, shoulder, maybe your head kind of rolls from side to side as you do this. Allow some new places to wake up. Good. Then from here, let's come to stacking the knees over the hips. Okay. So legs are lifted, lower legs parallel to one another and to the floor. All right. Arms resting to your sides comfortably. And then just tap your toes. Right toes, left toes, right toes, left toes. Now, as you do this, close your eyes and notice what part of your core is engaging. So we're tapping the toes, bringing the legs back to parallel, the lower legs parallel to the floor and to one another. Get a good sense of what engages here. And then stop for just a second. And now tap your heels. What part of the core is engaging now? Tap the heels. Tap the heels. Is one of these movements easier for you than the other? Good. Then feet to the floor again. Now walk your feet as close to your buttocks as possible. And maybe you can take your ankles with your hands. Now, if you can't, that's okay. You could take your, like make claws with your hands and just take the back of your ankles if you can't wrap all the way around your ankles, or the bottom of your pants, or just kind of grab your heels and then press up into the bridge again. Okay, you're not going to go as high, and draw your knees towards the short end of your mat. So you really feel some length on the front of the thighs. Now, if you're there and that feels pretty good, you could try scooting the feet back or rolling your shoulders underneath. See if you can actually get your hands on your ankles now and lift a little higher. And we'll stay here for 3, 2, 1. Then slide the arms out in a T and lift your heels. Lift your heels. And then roll down 1 vertebra at a time. Oh, nice and slow. Nice and slow, waking up the spine. And then when you come to the ground, take your legs long. Reach your arms overhead. Stretch through your heels. And then pulsing, pressing through one heel and the opposite heel. And again, notice the follow through. Up into your arms. Great. All right, then come back to position of comfort. So soles of the feet to the floor, knees bent. Okay, and then we'll cross the right ankle over the left ankle. Okay, so even that action, okay, we do that all the time. We're going to go maybe to the figure 4 here. But instead of the figure 4, drop your right foot to the floor on the left side of your body and scoot your left foot towards your buttocks. See if you can take your left foot with your right hand. Sole of the right foot is on the floor, and the left foot is back towards your buttocks. Maybe you can take your left foot with your right hand. Then release your left foot and press your left thigh into your right foot as you lift back up. Now you're in that figure 4 again. Now bring your knees in towards your chest in the figure 4. Take your right hand through the space if you like, or just bring your knees in towards your chest. Okay, then release. Take your left ankle to your right thigh, right knee, right? Okay, again, here, this is something we do all the time, but now drop your left foot to the floor on the right side of your body and scooch your right foot over towards your left buttocks. Take your right foot with your left hand. And now have some awareness of which side feels like it was easier to get into this shape. And we've got a little back bend happening. We've got some opening of the right hip flexor. So now, as before you come up, release your foot, press your left ankle into your right thigh, then come up and draw your knees into your chest. Again, you could take your left hand through the space if you like, or just bring your knees in towards your chest. So holding the figure 4 here. For 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release the cross of your legs, and then bring your knees in towards your chest. Bring your arms inside your knees. Press your knees into your arms and press against the knees with the arms. So you're doing a little isometric sort of balancing. We're balancing here. You could take your palms, fingers up towards the ceiling and press your palms into the imaginary floor, right? Because this is like a crow pose, right? So pressing pressing the legs into the arms into the legs. Good. Now from here, see if you can take your big toes with your peace fingers. And maybe not, you take the ankles or the bottom of your pants, but if you can take your peace fingers on your big toes and try straightening your legs any amount towards the ceiling. All right, if that's not happening in your body, right, you could be hanging onto your ankles or your shins and pressing up towards the ceiling. So if you've got your peace fingers on your big toes and you're pretty extended through the legs, open up the legs to the side. We're doing things that we would do in sitting poses, but we're just on our back. All right. Great. Then coming back to the center, bend through your knees, bring your knees back into your chest. Just wrap your arms around the front of your knees and just give a little bit of rocking side to side. Feel the massage of your low back space. Okay, so now we're going to cross the ankles and we're going to rock the length of the mat. So up and down the mat until you can rock onto your feet and come into a little squat. Maybe. Just try it a couple times. Just try it. So rocking the length of your mat. And see if you can rock onto your feet and into a little squat. Okay, I'm going to go back and take my jacket off. So rocking onto your feet and get a little momentum and come into a squat. Okay. Something for the future to work on if it didn't quite happen. And then once you're in that squat, go ahead and press the hips up and walk your feet back to downward facing dog. Okay, let's play with the downward dog here. So let's bring our feet closer to our hands. So the downward dog, so we're in a shorter stance. And then press up onto the toes. So lift your heels and drop your heels. And lift your heels. Drop your heels. Good. Lift your heels. And drop your heels. And then walk your feet back so you're in more of a traditional downward dog. Inhale to come forward, come onto your knees into cow. And then exhale, just sit back. You might want to block between the ankles here, or just sit back onto your heels in Virasana. Okay. All righty. So in this Virasana pose, so block between the ankles or sitting on your heels. I got a new sticky mat and it is very sticky. Can't move my block so easily. All right, so now you're in the Virasana. Squeeze the block between your ankles. And let's play with eyes open, eyes closed. So just let your arms sort of rest down to your side and let them gently swing side to side. Eyes are open here. Then close your eyes. Is there a difference? Back to the center. Take your left hand out in front of your body. Just reach it out in front of your body and draw it across your body to the right. Don't let your eyes go any further than your head turns. Come back to center. Draw your left hand across your body again. Eyes are open here. And now close your eyes and see if there's any difference. So just a gentle twist. Right hand is just resting on your thigh. You're drawing the left hand across the body to the right. Good. And then we'll try the right arm. So bring the right arm out in front. And eyes are open here. And draw your arm to the left. Notice what's happening with your eyes. Are you following your hand? Or are you turning your head way back? Maybe that's a habit, right? Now close your eyes and do the same thing. See if you can keep your eyes with your head, if that makes sense. So don't let your eyes go further than your head. Good, come back to center. Rest your hands on your lap just momentarily. And now interlace your fingers. And as soon as you go to do that, take the funny grip. So this is a simple change. So we're always going to do what's familiar to us. We're always going to put our fingers together in a familiar way. Take the opposite grip and press the palms out and up. Good. Now draw your front ribs into your back body space, tailbone down into your prop. And then just move your rib cage only to the right. Back to center, to the left. Back to center, to the right. And to the left. One more time. Go ahead and get some length in your spine first to press the hands up. Draw the shoulders down. Press the tailbone down. And then ribs over to the right. Ribs over to the left. And release. And rest your hands on your lap and just roll your shoulders in one direction. Now, just a little change here. Do this if you normally would do this with your eyes open. Close your eyes and see if you can imagine the shoulder blade actually moving around, moving up and down on your back. And then take it in the opposite direction, which might feel a little awkward. And then come back to center. Keep the eyes closed still. Imagine that there is a rubber band between your left shoulder and your left ear. Shorten the rubber band. Lengthen the rubber band. Shorten. Lengthen. Put it in its ideal position, neither short nor long. Okay, rubber band on the other side. Right shoulder to right ear, shorten the rubber band. Lengthen. Shorten. Lengthen. Make it neutral. So now rubber bands on both sides are neither too tight, neither pulling too tight, nor they're too loose. They're just normal. Now draw your chin back in space. So you have at least one double chin. One double chin. Eyes are still closed. And then turn your head to the left But don't let your eyes go any further than your head. Turn your head to the left. Slowly back to center. Make sure the rubber bands are equal. And then turn your head to the right. Eyes no further than your head. Keep your eyes right in your head, so don't stretch them any further. And then come back to center. Eyes are still closed. Make that double chin again, and then bring your chin down to your chest. Chin onto chest. Can you get it there? Good. Sweep your chin over to the left. Back to center. Over to the right. Back to center. Then lift your head up slowly. Don't take your eyes any faster than your head. So eyes and head stay together as you lift, 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 lift. Lift as far as comfortable. Eyes are closed. Notice what's happening in your shoulders. Relax your shoulder tops. Keep your low ribs tucked in. And then bring your head, without opening your eyes, bring your head back to center. Chin back, chin parallel to the earth. Now reach the crown of your head up towards the ceiling and your tailbone down into your prop. So feeling for beautiful length in your spine. All right, release that effort. How could that be effortful? Wow. And then come onto your knees. Have your blocks handy. So pad up if you need to, get some extra padding underneath your knees. All right, so we'll start with a little bit of balance. So balance is really this management of change, right? So take your weight into your left knee and bring your right foot forward. That's it. And then back onto your right knee. And then again. Do that a couple times. Now, you might want to try this with your eyes closed. You could definitely use your hands out as sort of outriggers. Good. And maybe look down at your knees. If you've closed your eyes, look down at your knees and see if you got them lined up side by side. Mine are a little off, which is interesting. Okay, and then let's put the weight into our right knee. Eyes open first. Bring your left foot forward and back. Okay, and then you could try this with your eyes closed. Pretty challenging. And take a look. If you close your eyes, next time you put your knee down, see if you lined up your knees. Oh, I did better on that side. Okay, interesting. All right, now let's go back to the weight into the left knee. Bring your right foot forward. Come into the lunge and find your blocks. Bring in your hands onto your blocks, just coming into the lunge. All right, now close your eyes, lift your front ribs into your back body space. Turn the back toes under, eyes are closed here. Pulsing through the back leg. Imagine that calf, the back calf is a big rubber band. And you're not stretching it to break, but you're just kind of stretching that rubber band. Good. Then press yourself hips up, straighten the front leg. Tuck yourself into a pyramid. Keep reaching the back heel towards the floor. And then come back into the lunge, bending through the front knee. Eyes are closed. Rest the back knee down onto the floor, top of the foot to the floor, and then press into your front foot. You're doing this with your eyes closed. So you're up into a proposal pose, and then bring your right knee to your left knee. Awesome. Open your eyes. Very good. Okay. Weight into the right knee. Bring your left foot forward. Come down into your blocks. Turn your back toes under. Close your eyes here. Draw the front ribs into the back body space. See that happening. Turn your toes under and lift the back leg. Draw the front ribs into the back body space. Chin in a little bit so you got the back of your neck long. You could pulse that right leg. So you're drawing your heel towards the floor and then back. And then straighten through the front leg, tuck your chin in. You're in a pyramid shape. Reach your back heel down towards the floor. Can you sense in your body if your pelvis is level? You know, so draw your left hip back in space and see if that squares you up a little bit more. Still have your eyes closed. Bend through the front knee. Eyes are still closed. Drop your right knee to the floor. Press up into proposal pose. And then take your left knee to your right knee. Awesome. Good. All right. From here, let's take hands to the floor and tabletop. Okay, and something familiar, a little few rounds of cat-cow, adding some circles if you want, just feeling like, okay, I'm in something comfortable again, something I know. Okay, and then the next time you inhale, come into the cow, and then turn toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, walk your feet towards your hands, and this time even a little closer. So you're in this downward dog, almost like a fold shape. Okay, heels to the floor if possible. And then lift the heels, come up onto your toes, almost like an inversion here. No, it is an inversion. And then heels down, and then heels up, heels down. Good. Then from here, walk your hands back towards your feet as you bend through your knees. Reach your arms forward into a chair pose, and then press to stand up. Press up, stand up, and come to the front of your mat, standing at the front of your mat. Great work, everybody. Here we go. So, standing at the front of your mat. Bend through your knees, bring your hands to your hips. Maybe we just work a little balance here. So bring your weight into your right foot and lift and hover your left foot. All right, set your left foot down. Bring your weight into your left foot. Lift and hover your right. Good. Set your right foot down. Shake out your legs, shake out your arms. Okay, so bending slightly in the knees, put your weight into your right foot. Pick up your left foot, drive your hips back, and step back into warrior one legs. Then lean forward, reach forward, and bring your left foot back. Stand up. Bend your knees, place your weight into your left foot, pick your right foot up, drive your hips back, and step back, warrior one legs. Lean forward, reach forward, put your weight into your left foot, bring your right foot forward, stand up. Okay, we'll try that again. We're going to build on this as we go. So we begin just with a little bend in the knees, hands can be on your hips. Put your weight into your right leg, lift your left foot, drive your hips back, and step back, warrior one. lean forward, reach forward, come back to the right foot and left foot beside and stand up nice and tall. Let's try the other side, little bend, weight in the left foot, lift the right foot, hover, drive your hips back, step back into warrior one. Okay, lean forward, reach forward, weight into the left foot and come back, feet together, stand up. Do a couple on your own just to feel that transition and that weight shift. Okay, so in our practice, we do a lot of transitioning, right? And that is really what changes is about. So let's try now to add on to that. So front of the mat, soft bend in the knees, weight into your right foot, lift your left foot, and step back, warrior one legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up, and exhale, open your stance to warrior two. Inhale, sweep the arms back up, warrior one. Take the weight into your front leg as you reach forward, lean forward, and step back, right? You're in like a high chair, and then stand up, arms to your side, Tadasana. Slight bend in the knees, hands on hips, weight on the left foot, drive the hips back, right foot back. Inhale, sweep up, warrior one. Exhale, open the hips into a warrior two stance. Inhale, back to warrior one. Reach forward, lean forward, weight on the left foot, step forward. Stand up, Tadasana. Soft bend in the knees, hands on hips, weight on your right foot, drive your knees back, step back, warrior one. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, open, warrior two. Inhale, back to warrior one. Then reach forward, lean forward, weight on the right foot, step back. You're in like a high chair. Stand up, arms to your side, Tadasana. Hands to your hips, weight in the left foot. Drive the hips back as you lift the right foot and reach back with the right leg, warrior one. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, turn and open the hips, warrior two. Inhale, back to warrior one. And then reach forward, lean forward, step the right foot up. You're in a high chair. Exhale, hands down to your sides. Let's do it one more time on each side. Soft bend in the knees, weight in the right foot, drive the hips back, reach the left foot back, warrior one. Leg stance. Then inhale, reach the arms up. Draw the ribs back in. And exhale, turn your hips, warrior two. Inhale, sweep the arms back up. Lean forward, get your weight forward, come forward. You're in a high chair position. Exhale, Tadasana. Hands to hips. Soft bend in the knees, weight in the left foot. Drive the hips back as you reach the right foot back. Warrior one legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, turn the hips open, warrior two. Inhale, turn it back the other direction, warrior one. And then reaching forward, leaning forward, weight in the left foot. Both feet together, you're in a tall, high chair stance. Exhale, Tadasana. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to add on to that. So shake it out, walk around your room, your space, whatever you need to do. Start with your feet parallel to one another, a soft bend in the knees. Okay, good. Weight into the right foot and lift the left foot and reach way back now with the left, drive the hips back and we reach way back and come into triangle legs, Trikonasana legs. Hands are on the hips. Okay, then let's bend through the front knee, warrior one legs. Put your weight into your right foot and come back to the starting position. Try that again. So soft bend in the knees, put your weight into your right foot, lift and hover the left leg. And then drive the hips back as you step all the way back, as you straighten the front leg, and now you're in Trikonasana legs. Okay, and bend through the front knee. Reach forward, lean forward, weight into the right foot, bring the feet together again. Stand up, relax the arms. Let's try the other side. Soft bend in the knees, weight into the left foot. Hover the right foot and drive your hips back so you can step all the way back and find Trikonasana legs. Then bend through the front knee, reach forward, turn forward, and step back. Stand up, relax the arms. Okay, we'll try it again. First side. Bend through the knees, soft bend. Weight is in the right foot. Lift the left leg, step way back, and open into Trikonasana legs. Good. Then bend through the front knee, reach forward, lean forward, like really reach forward, get your weight on that front foot, and come back to the starting position. Stand up. Right? Soft bend in the knees, weight in the left foot, hover the right foot, drive the hips back, step way back into Trikonasana legs. Bend through the front knee, reach forward, lean forward, come back, feet together, stand up, Tadasana. Awesome, everybody. Okay, let's come now to the center of the mat and just work your hips. Work your hips around in some circle or swing, sway. Just do a little full body length opening here or releasing. Just do what feels sort of nice here. Okay. All right. So we'll do some balancing. I'll get some more balancing here. So let's take a traditional balance in Vrksasana. So tree pose. So the feet are together and the weight is evenly distributed. Now we've just been working right to left, so this should not be too big a deal. Put your weight into your left foot and just rest your right foot on top of your left foot. Now extend your arms overhead, interlacing fingers, opposite grip, and press your hands up to the ceiling. Notice how a little bit of changes kind of the whole thing, right? All right, now right foot is on top. Now lean over to the left. Falling out is legal. And come back to center. And release. Shake out the legs, shake out the ankles. Okay, we're just adding some things. We're just adding on to something we already know, right? A little bit of a change. So now weight into your right foot, left foot just rests on the right foot. Interlace your hands, funny grip. Spread your palms up towards the ceiling. Find the stability that you need before the next change comes. And then over to the right. Lean over to the right. Your foot's working hard, your ankle's working hard, no doubt. And release. Walk around your space, shake it out, or bounce the heels. And then we'll add on. Okay, we'll make it a little bit more of a change, a little bit bigger of a change. Okay. So weight back into the left foot. Can you bring your right foot to your left calf? Bring your arms out to a T. And then just begin to sort of windmill the arms a little bit. Sort of back and forth or up and down as you attempt to stay in this balanced posture. Good. And then release. Shake your heels, shake your legs, bounce your heels, move around in your space, shake your legs out. Let's try the other side. Weight into the right foot, left foot to the right calf. Okay, this time let's interlace hands behind us at the small of the back, the sacrum, and then let's pitch forward slightly, bringing the arms off your back. And back up. Release. Shake out your legs, bounce your heels. Okay, and now let's try another balancing pose. So we'll do closed midline balance. We'll go with the eagle pose. So now bending through your knees, wrap your right leg around your left leg. Let your toes rest on the floor, or you can put a block there on that side, and squeeze the legs together. Squeeze the legs together as you balance. And then let's just take the arms out to the side. I think of the heron when I think of this. Actually, this is the beautiful heron. Squeezing the legs, arms out to the side. Can you take your arms and move back and forth a little bit, or rotate around your pelvis? Good, and then release that wrapped out leg and come back to Tadasana. Shake the legs out, take the heels for a little ride, walk around your space. We try the other side. So weight into the right foot. You're going to softly bend the knees and wrap the left leg around, resting your toes on the floor. Some of you might be able to get your foot behind your calf, but squeeze the legs together. Knees do not have to be lined up in the midline. Let them move over to the right a little bit, but squeeze the legs. And then let's take the hands behind the head. Can you adjust to this change? And then release. Shake out the legs and take the heels, bounce the heels. Good. And then let's find our way to the top of the mat once more. And inhale to reach the arms up. And then just do something new here to get to the floor. So we often come through heart center. We often, I tend to cue bending the knees slightly. Maybe you can sweep down, arms out to the side. Maybe you're going to front crawl down to a forward fold, but come down to a fold. Any amount of bend in the knees is fine. Take the palms to the floor, the palms of your hands to the floor, and walk back, all the way back to high plank. Press the floor away. Lift the thighs, lift the hamstrings. And then knees to the floor. Reach your hips back, puppy pose. Wrap your triceps down towards the floor. And then slide all the way back into your child's pose. Bring your arms alongside your body. Let your whole back body open up here. So forehead resting on the floor. It's great to have something between your thighs and your calves if child's pose is not super accessible for you. And then just let everything kind of spread and open along your back body. Take your hands to your heels. And you're going to come up onto the top of your head. Not too much pressure on the top of the head. Most of the pressure is in your lower legs, but you're kind of pulling against your heels and rounding through your back. Call this rapid pose. And then coming back to the child's pose. And from this child's pose, either sliding forward onto your belly or Shavasana on your belly, or pressing yourself up, hips to one side, feet to the other, and adjusting yourself around back onto your back. Once you're on your back, yeah, go ahead, do something familiar that feels nice. Maybe pulling the knees in, a little bit of twisting side to side, or a happy baby. Finish with something comfortable for you. And then finding your way into the home space of Shavasana. So we don't have to be in constant change. We don't have to be in, that would be too chaotic for us and too unsettling. So find a comfortable Shavasana pose for you. Get whatever you need to be settled there. Clothing, blankets. And just allow yourself to be supported by the earth, the stability of the earth. Feeling the familiar beat of your heart, the familiar rhythm of your breath. Soften any tension in your face. Around the eyes. In your jaw, your neck. And then just here at the end, if you would bring your hands to your heart space, either physically put them there or just, imagine your hands there.
And then looking inside at what is it about change that feels scary to you? What is it that feels uncomfortable? And might there be some value in really leaning into that? Might there be some joy in leaning into the constant change that we find ourselves in, adapting as we move along the chronological age line? Hmm. Finding ease in the changes in your life.